Okay, controversial number 5. Again, this is just a snapshot of where we are right now. Right now. And I do want to take into consideration how these teams have played from last year into this year and the experience. Would I take these teams right now in the playoffs? And the Lions, I would still take the Lions right now. And they lost their center and they still played well. Jared Goff was 18 of 18 yesterday, And number 5, I've got the Lions in my Power 5. Believe it or not, folks, the Lions are 4th in total offense, and they're 4th in rushing, by the way. They've picked up on the running game. They started running the football. They're 4th in rushing. They're 4th in total offense. The NFL sack leader is Aiden Hutchinson. So they're getting after the quarterback. They're running the ball. And I want to say they're 5th in stopping the run. So they're good. They just give up some big plays every now and then in the passing game. When you're usually up, thank you, Pickles. When you're usually up in games, you're going to give up big plays in the passing game because teams have to throw the ball on you constantly. And you'll hear more about that here in just a second here. But number 5, I got Detroit, even though they do have one loss here. Okay? Number 4. Now, I know they got blown out Sunday. They ran into a buzzsaw on a short week. That's the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, again, Josh Allen, even leading up to that game, no sacks on Josh Allen coming into that Bills game. I do like what they've done even leading up into that game. By the way, they're still leading the AFC East. They would still be favored against just about anybody else in the AFC and most teams against the NFC. Right now, I think they might even be favored against this banged-up Kansas City team, the way this Kansas City's playing. And mind you, they're going to get their best defensive player back. I know that Von Miller got suspended. Von Miller hadn't been doing nothing. He was a bad pickup. He got suspended the other day, or he got suspended today. Personal conduct violation, 4 games. They bring him in every other third down passing situation. He's not even playing that much. But Matt Milano's supposed to be back within a week or so. This is a all-pro level linebacker. They're supposed to get him back, okay? You still got, like I said, Allen playing at a really high level. They're going to get better, and I think that they're playing really well right now, regardless of what happened to them last night or Sunday night against the Baltimore Ravens. So I got them still at number 4, although that could be a questionable type of pick there. Okay, number 3, I got Kansas City. They're still undefeated. They're still the champs. They'll find another receiver, whether it's going to be Amari Cooper with the Raiders, with Cleveland. I was talking about the Raiders, right? Whether they're going to pick up Devontae, or they'd love to get Devontae Adams. Whether they're going to get DeAndre Hopkins or whatnot, they're going to have to get another receiver. I still haven't heard no final word on Rashee Rice. But the Kansas City Chiefs at number 3, you still got Mahomes. You're still finding a way to protect Mahomes. You're still getting to the other quarterback. You still have pressure up in the middle there, but Chris Jones there. They won by 7 last week. They've still got injuries, but it's not like they're going to get their running back. And by the way, Kareem Hunt didn't look bad. He looked like the old ketchup to me, He looked like the old ketchup bottle there at about midway through the second half. So I still like that. They're going to do something. They're going to fix that problem. Kansas City, number 3. Okay, number 2. This one's very controversial because it's got 2 losses here, and that's the Ravens. The Ravens have had 600 yards rushing in the last 2 games. All right. The Ravens are the number 1 run defense in the league by like 20 yards. I mean, run the ball, stop the run. The Baltimore Ravens have done it. They have found their identity. Baltimore, Pickles. Baltimore. They have found their identity there. And again, that Raider game was more of a fluke than anything. That was getting a little bit complacent there. But remember that Raider game, 27 yards rushing. Gardner Minshew, a couple of really good passes there at the end there, but more of a fluke than anything. They're favored against most teams. Dominated Dallas, dominated Buffalo like that, and Buffalo have been playing at a high level. I'm really impressed with what they're doing. Running the ball, stop the run, total defense. They're only going to get better in some spots. Don't know how long they're going to be able to hold up with Derrick Henry. If it's me, I add another running back on that roster at some point, whether it be through trade or whatever, or through waiver wires. Between Justice Hill and Derrick Henry, that's probably they need another between the tackles guy. They'll figure it out because they always do. So I got them at number 2 right now. That can change here, of course. That can change if they lose another game. If they lose another game and they got a losing record, I'm not going to put them that far down. But they would be in the playoffs, and they were in the AFC Championship game last year. So you got to keep that in mind. And I like what Lamar Jackson said. Hey, listen, I don't care what my stats are. As long as we get the W and we play the way we play, I'm good with that. And I think he's a very sincere young man. I got them at number 2. Now, number 1, listen, they're playing the best football. The Minnesota Vikings, if they were a college team, they would have the best resume, okay? 3 straight wins over teams that were in the playoffs last year. They've played 4 games. 4 games. They went on the road, humiliated the Giants up there in East Rutherford, New Jersey in week 1. Maybe that was a fluke. Maybe the Giants are a bad team. Then in week 2, they beat up on the Super Bowl representative out of the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers. Then they beat up on the division winner, Houston Texans, AFC South, the very next week. Last week, they go on the road with starting quarterback back, Jordan Love. At what percentage, I don't know. But all I do know is they had Green Bay down 28-0 in that game. Got a little complacent, almost blew the game, but they didn't. And listen, they lead the team in sacks. They lead the league in sacks. I want to say they lead the league in turnovers as well. Probably the best combo between Kevin O'Connell, the head coach, and then your defensive coordinator at Brian Flores in the NFL. Not to mention they don't have Aiden Hutch. They don't have T.J. Hockenson back at tight end. They just got their second receiver, Jordan Addison, back there. So this team still has more growth to do. As of now, I've got the Vikings as the number 1 team in my Power 5. Pickles, thank you very much for putting that on the screen. I greatly appreciate that. Now, again, could this change? Could Kansas City go back to being number 1? Yes. Go out and get another receiver. Get healthy there. Get healthy at running back. Get healthy. Get your offensive line situated. Yeah, Kansas City go back to being number 1.